You guys ever have that moment when you're fed up with the order, the way things have been, and you think it's time to take things back? Well, that's what we're going to be trying to do today. The idea of what we're going to be doing here is taking the thing that both Runecraft combo needs, as well as the Forestcraft combo deck needs, which is a very specific configuration of their deck. For Runecraft, they're looking for having 20 or less cards in their deck in order to get their Crystal Fencer off, in order to get the big spell boost they need. And for the Forestcraft deck, they need to have the specific Forestcraft followers to get off with Hozumi in order to make sure that they actually get lethal on you. But we are going to aim to circumvent both of these with Noxious Elf. Noxious Elf, one of the main forms of main deck disruption that we have access to in the Unlimited format. By fusing 10 fairies to it, when we play it off of Fanfare, we will shuffle 10 Forestcraft fairies into the opponent's deck. And that does two important things. One, it makes their deck way too large for Crystal Fencer to go off when they want to go off. And the second thing, the fairies will count as one of the Forestcraft followers for Hozumi to pull out, which means that they'll be unable to get their kill combo condition much more likely, since of the 8 followers they run in the deck, if half of them are going to be fairies, there's a very good chance of one of their board slots being a 1/1 fairy, and their combo does almost exactly 20 damage. In addition to this, for the Quick Blader combo that Zyger has been talking about, we have Master Chef in the main board. What the Master Chef is aimed to do is to increase our maximum defense by 1 and restore 1 defense to our leader, giving us a max of 21, on Evolve max of 22. If we play multiple Master Chefs, say if we bounce them back with our Airbound Barrage or our Primordial Colossus, we'll get even more max HP to also counter those combos that do exactly 20 damage. And the idea is that behind all of this, we'll be able to just sort of sweep. We also have the Glistering Angels, along with, Master Chef and the Erosive Annihilation, in order to be able to take out the aggressive Bloodcraft decks. So, we are going to be trying to just dunk on the current meta the best of our abilities. This is going to be a bit more of a longer form. You guys will see that I'll be pulling up edits to the deck throughout. And let's see what we can do. This is the first configuration, and let's see if... Now, I do want to preface this by saying that in terms of actually having a win condition in our deck, we don't have one. I do not currently have Bahamut in there, because getting our opponent down to 5 cards is antithesis to us wanting to stack their deck full of elves. However, that does mean that we are looking for having any sort of other win condition, like maybe a Prince of Cocytus, Prince of the Apocalypse, something like that. So there is definitely something to be looking for in terms of that, but right now we're going to try to see if we can achieve the win condition that we're looking for. Can we get to Noxious Elfing people very early on? Because the earlier we're able to fill their full deck full of fairies, the earlier we're going to be able to really stick it to them, and that's the goal. We need to try to generate 10 fairies almost as fast as possible. We got a little bit of a Burial Rite Shadowcraft deck here. Them not playing the Hound on 1 means they probably have double Invoke on this turn. But they're really down on hand size, and getting Lock and Doula to their hand isn't really the goal of the deck. It would be more relevant if I had, something on board for them to snipe down with it. Oh! Erosive Annihilation, wipe your board. Thank you, please. Whew! And that is why Erosive Annihilation is in the deck. That is why we have that card. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's just move ourselves down there. They have the Cerberus as well for the Burial Rite, so they have a little bit of a last words Burial Rite thing going on here. Surprised they play the Mimi when they know it's going to get absolutely wrecked by the Erosive Annihilation. Oh! Perfect clearing of the board! You love to see it. So on this turn, we're probably going to play the Glistering Angel, because on the next turn, we're going to be looking to play the Master Chef and evolving it, because we need to get one more card. What's really tough here is that we have not gotten to have 3 fairies. So Noxious Elf does a lot more than just Stick their board full of fairies. It's also the engine that makes this deck tick. Second, Cerberus. Very interesting. So Noxious Elf also has, whenever we fuse cards to it, if we fuse 3 cards to it, we get to then draw 3 new cards, exchanging our 3 fairies for 3 new cards. Once we fuse the 6th card to it, we do a 6 damage AoE to the opponent's board, which, having an AoE that's that powerful is incredibly impressive. And then, if it's the 9th, we restore 9 health to our leader. So it has almost our draw engine, board removal, and healing, which is why a lot more of those pieces can be filled up with fairy generators, because we want the Noxious Elf to actually turn them into the value. But we need to be able to get up to those large numbers of infusing, which we don't have right now. We only have first 2. So we're going to play Master Chef, get that card draw, see if that card draw is going to be able to get us to the next fairy that we need. Because we need to be able to get to our first 3, because that will cycle us into the next chunk of cards. Unfortunately, we do not have it. So we can do a trade here. If we're really trying, we can do Airbound Barrage to bounce one of our wards. But I don't think we're quite there yet. They're down to 2 cards in hand. We're just going to play Gilneas and pass the turn. We just have some stuff on board. We're going to be doing pretty okay here. But it's very, unfortunate that we don't have access to any of the primary goals here. Okay, Demonic Possession, getting them 2 Shadowcraft followers from their deck to their hand. That could be huge. That can be huge. Nope. They just pass on it. Okay. We're gonna be taking it for another game in this current configuration. We did not achieve the Noxious Elf condition, which is worrying. Because achieving that Noxious Elf condition is the whole point of the deck. It is the whole point of the deck. So we're just going to be throwing it in one more time, seeing if we can get that Noxious Elf proc. As soon as we get the first Fuse 3, drawing us into 3 new cards is massive. Absolutely massive. We're running the max number of the 1 mana get 2 fairies. There's probably some number of the 2 mana get 2 fairies that we're going to need to run. But we're going to be looking into that after this game. Another Shadowcraft player. Very interesting that there's so much Shadowcraft on the ladder. Lisa gets us into our Noxious Elf right now. It's one of the only cards I found that could literally 2-drop Noxious Elf. But it requires us to only have 1 2-drop Forestcraft follower and nothing below. We'll keep all of this. We got 2 fairies generated by Gigantic Blossom. We have Glistering Angel to keep them off of their Lock and Dula invokes. Assuming that they're Burial Rite again. Yeah, look at the Burial Rite. Yep. They already have 1 Lock and Dula in hand though, so that's not great for them. Ooh, we actually are going to play Wily Puck first, because this is going to be 1 mana to get us 3 fairies, which is one of the biggest things. And these amulets that get us a fairy at the end of the turn are actually pretty relevant, because it staggers it to a degree where we can then play our 2 mana, say our Gigantic Blossom, 2 mana, get 2 fairies, but then because of the fairy we got on the previous turn, that builds us up to having 3 fairies on this turn to use. And now we will see our drawing 3 new cards. Looking glorious. We're at 7 cards in hand. This puts us down to 6. These add 2 more fairies to our hand, putting us up to 8 cards. Really, really important to manage our hand size with this deck, because we want to make sure we're getting the max value out of our fairies and not milling any of them, as well as burning cards out of our main deck. Alright, they have an Angel's Blessing. I'm really curious what their deck is. We saw Burial Rite in the beginning, but we haven't seen anything since like it. So here is where it gets awkward. I believe we're going to go ahead and proc the AoE damage off of our Noxious Elf. It's really concerning if they play a wider board, but as you can see, in this configuration, if they were aggro blood, we would have that board wipe. And that is the goal of where we want that board wipe to happen. So we'll just play Glistering Angel, keep them from invoking something. We'll play our Spirit Shine, get 2 more fairies to hand here. Then we'll do Noxious Elf, fuse all 4 of them. So now we have 7 on Noxious Elf, getting us to the 9 fusion on the next turn. We just need 1 more fairy. That 10 number can be very rough. Chaotic Doom. I do enjoy a Chaotic Doom gamer, but oh my god, they're full Chaotic Doom. I have no clue what this deck is. Oh, wait, no, I think I do know what the deck is. It might be the it might be the deck that uses the Departed Necromancer in order to make a massive board that is impossible to clear. Which is not great for us, because we kind of need to be able to clear their boards. We are in a spot of trouble, because filling this person's deck full of fairies doesn't address the situation. So what we can do is go Erosive Annihilation, just to get it out of the hand. We can... oh man, this is tough. I guess we just play Lisa, get another Noxious Elf. We get up to the Fuse 10 next turn. I believe the Evolve with Bane will fully wipe their board, because the follower with Bane is doing the AoE damage. Which is another plus of Noxious Elf. We can just play it, evolve it, and then wipe it all away. They're doing a lot of Burial Rites. I think they have Conquering Dreadlords soon, probably. That's a lot of Chaotic Dooms to be dooming. So that's the end of the puck. Oh, shoot. Right, because they killed Lisa. We then... losing that Fairy Circle there is really bad for us. However, we are going to be able to stick their deck full of fairies, so... hopefully that's the game. That's the goal, anyways. It's very awkward here that we don't have the next bout of 3 fairies for Noxious Elf. We are in a bit of trouble from that. If Lisa's always promised gigantic blossoms off the top, that would be another way to get a ton of fairies. These Primordial Colossi looking pretty bad right now. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. I mean, in my mind, they're important in order to be an anti-aggro piece, because they're able to do that 3 damage. But maybe if we just focus harder into the Noxious Elves, that's all we need. Alrighty, double Chaotic Doom. I still don't know what they're doing here. They're having all the Chaotic Dooms. They've done... maybe they're just Chaotic Doom gaming. Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Wasn't each of your turn. Oh, then when you play a card, recover 2 play points eventually random card. This lets us storm... oh my god, playing that doesn't actually do anything. And this doesn't add anything to hand, does it? Oh no! Because now Arian is the lowest cost, which recovers us evolution points. Aye. Primordial Colossus that, smack in here. Probably just play another one of the Noxious Elves. We need more fairies. We have no fairies. This is a problem. Their deck is probably designed to do something, and it's just going to do it. Deal 5 damage to enemy leader and all enemy followers. What is your deck doing? I'm so confused. So Lisa added the Gigantic Blossom to hand. Well, we have Wily Puck in hand. We can go Arian.
The crystal shine is everlasting.
We can evolve it. Get a random Forestcraft follower from our deck to our hand with Accelerate, which is only Gigantic Blossom. Accelerate with Gigantic Blossom. Get those fairies, which will then restore there. Lakandula is a 5/7, which is rough. This Noxious Elf has 0 fuse to it. That's not great. We have 8 cards in hand. This would make it 9 cards in hand. Fusion for 4 fairies here in order to draw some more cards. Fusion 4 fairies, draw 3 new cards. Okay, that's exciting. That is exciting. I kind of want to just bump here. We go Airbound Barrage, bounce this, deal 3 damage there. We go Wily Puck. And then we go Primordial Colossus. So now Wily Puck is stuck as being a 1-mana crystallized amulet, so we don't need to worry about getting anything else that we're not aiming for. I can't believe it. I let them fairly get to Departed Soul Taker. What is this world? What? Yeah, I need something that once we get to this turn, we're doing something way over the top of them. Because we're just not doing that right now. Okay, so we can go Spirit Shine for 2 more fairies. Noxious Elf fuse the 2 fairies, do a 6 damage AoE. That returns that. We need to destroy everything once. That's going to be difficult. Play a puck. Oh my god. Airbound Barrage. This, ping that. Even has last words for you. Wily Puck. Alright. Primordial Colossus. Give me the 1 in 5. The 1 in 5 that I need. You can do this. Nope. Ah, shoot.
Well met, and farewell.
Evolve. This is a good chance to see if this is actually how this works. If it's Bane, 2 damage to everything. Oh. That's not how that works. Okay, okay.
It seems I've been best.
That is problematic. That's problematic. You know what? I think we're going to have to go back to the drawing board for just a hot second. For just a hot second. It did not happen the way I wanted it to. Okay. I need a win condition. Always the $1,000,000 question. How do we kill them? We're going to do our best to not worry about winning, and it's just going to win anyways. I think it's Prince of Cocytus. Okay, that's the plan. That means we need to think about what puts fairies into hand. How do you spell fairies again? Fairies. There we go. I learned how to spell again. I'm thinking of putting in a playset of Wood of Brambles. Probably just some Nature's Guidances, right? Maybe a Wily Puck. Alright, everybody. We are back with version 2 of the deck. This is our second attempt at this Noxious Elf control death to the combo. The goal is death to combo decks. We don't like them. We don't want them. They have taken over the format because it's unlimited. That's what they do. So, here's the same game plan. Noxious Elf. It is still going to be taking down the Runecraft decks and the Forestcraft decks. We still have Glistering Angel, Master Chef, Gilness, and Noxious Elf Fusion to take care of the aggro decks. We have all of that for aggro. But we have modified the package surrounding Noxious Elf to be all pivoted around Lisa, Queen of the Forest. So Lisa on Fanfare gets one of the lowest costs, and on Last Words get one of the highest cost. Our lowest cost Forestcraft follower is Noxious Elf, exactly. So we're always getting Noxious Elf. And our highest cost is now Gigantic Blossom exactly, which is getting us 2 fairies. So from Lisa, we have combined it into like a single package of getting fairies, keeping our deck velocity going. We've also adjusted some of the numbers, so we have Nature's Guidances in now because we had to take out the Colossus. We reduced one of the Wily Pucks because we're going up 2 Wood of Brambles, so that we have 1 card that on bounce can get us 2 fairies back. And we have in a single Prince of Cocytus, which is going to be a definitive win condition. If we determine that the opponent is, extremely dirtily and their win condition is even less defined than ours, we can even Nature's Guidance pick up Prince of Cocytus to refresh the deck again. But this is what we're looking at now. So, with version 2 of the deck, let's head into the ladder and see if we can catch anybody off guard. Okay, version 2. Let's see if our Lisa package works. Let's see if that Lisa package allows us to actually get the velocity we need to actually pull off Noxious Elf more consistently. Now that we don't have the high drop being the Colossus that has the bounce effect as opposed to being the Accelerate to draw us more fairies. Alright, this is the test. This is the test. Runecraft is the deck I primarily want to have this work against, because Runecraft is the one that cares about having that very small deck size. Unfortunately, it means all of our, anti-aggro tools get thrown out the window, but, oh shoot. But if we get to our Noxious Elf with full 10 infuse, we're gold. That's the goal. And we have to try to do it before turn 5. because that's when Runecraft pops off. These Erosive Annihilations are not great in this matchup. I'm going to be completely honest, they are not great in this matchup. But, as we saw in the previous iteration of the deck, they have their place. Wiping a board, taking out all the 1/1s, bottoming. Interesting. Interesting. So, game plan's slightly different now. Now our anti-aggro tools are amazing, because they're doing Earthright. They're Earthright Rune. And against Earthright Rune, they actually try to stack on damage. So us having some anti-aggro tools to take care of their early aggression, in order to have Gilness, in order to heal up at the end, it's going to be phenomenal. But, we have a small problem. Our small problem is that we still need Noxious Elf to still get through the deck. Noxious Elf is the name of the game. That's the whole point of this deck. Noxious Elf is the name of the game. I mean, Master Chef is pretty good. Gets us a little bit of healing. I'm considering saving Master Chef for the Evolve turn, is where I'm currently at. I'll play Gilness early, because usually Gilness is going to be the big source of healing. But I really want to get an extra card draw, because anything that gets us Cloder, Surge, and Noxious Elf at this point is huge. I still have Erosive Annihilation up with 2 activations. I will drop this guy down to a 1/1, which will not allow them to trade with our Gilness, which means our Gilness is going to be able to at least put pressure on them. Like, they're going to have to take care of it, or else it's just going to heal us back up. They took care of it with Stone Bullet. That is fine. That is fine. They don't have a ton of targets for that card. It would have taken out our Master Chef anyways, and as we talked about before, we're putting a little bit more priority on the card draw as opposed to the healing right now, because we just desperately need to get to Noxious Elf. Come on. Lisa or Noxious Elf? Either works. Noxious Elf, absolutely massive. And we do get the very nice Fuse 5. The Fuse 5 is very nice because we get to save the AoE for when we need it. We'll play Elisa here, adds a second Noxious Elf to hand. But it'll mean that when Lisa dies on the Revolve turn, we will get the Gigantic Blossom to hand, as expected. And with Gigantic Blossom to hand, we will get the fusion for 6, which will allow us to clear whatever board they set up. 6 damage AoE is absolutely massive against any sort of aggressive deck. We still want to pollute their deck with fairies eventually, because just by having their deck full of fairies, they're going to be unable to draw into what they want to draw into. Birth of the Ravenous is their tech against Discard Blood. I did think about putting Birth of the Ravenous in this deck. Oh yeah, Orichalcum Golem. 1 Verdict Ritual, they deal us 4, they summon 2 2/2s. Oh yeah, we can just use Noxious Elf to take care of this, and we will be sitting pretty. So we'll go Gigantic Blossom, get 2 more fairies. Do I want to stack them both on this Noxious Elf and put it to 7? I think I do. I think that is the play. Get that 6 damage AoE. We are still going to Master Chef and Evolve Master Chef here, because we still want to get another card. Playing Lisa would be pretty good here, but I'm thinking we're actually going to drop one of the Noxious Elves from our hands. Or we can play Glistering Angel. Do we want to play Glistering Angel here? Do we want to play Glistering Angel here or Noxious Elf here? This Noxious Elf gets us a chance to draw 3 more cards, but this Lisa is going to get us the 3rd Noxious Elf anyways. We'll just play Noxious Elf here. I think the Evolve to destroy an enemy follower is going to become more impactful. So, they are playing an aggro deck here, and we're sitting at 16 life, which feels pretty good. Our anti-aggro is expected to be pretty reasonable. Especially off of Noxious Elf, once we get to the heal for 9. Heal for 9 is going to feel so good. Okay, so they do have Juno. I wasn't gonna... them actually having Juno here makes this a lot more of a meaningful test, since Juno is one of the best cards in their deck. It just asserts so much pressure and makes a 3/3 golem that we have no chance to interact with. Although I guess, due to ordering, Erosive Annihilation would actually go after them make the 3/3. Verdict Ritual! Interesting! So we know one of the cards in their hand is Juno, so looking at A Acid Golem for no damage. Acid Golem for no damage is not bad. That is not bad for
I'll
us.
make your taste buds quiver.
They still have more evolution points than us, which is unfortunate for our side. Do we want to go for the heal 9 right now? I don't think so. We are not going to go for the healing for 9 just yet. How do we want to do this? We go Glistering Angel, so we're going to play Lisa, get us the next Noxious Elf, because we also want to cycle into the next Gigantic Blossom. Now we can play the Glistering Angel. We can evolve kill their Golem. So here's where it feels bad that we're not running like Price Scene. Is that we have no access to additional evolution points. And evolution points can be huge value. This one's at 7. This one's at 7. Gigantic Blossom gets us to 8, 9. I'm going to play the Spirit Shine. I'm going to fuse this Noxious Elf to 8. And I'm going to fuse this other Noxious Elf to 1. So both of them are now going to be able to get full proc value based off of getting exactly 2 more fairies in hand. And we have Wily Puck. Okay, so they're down to 26 cards in deck, so we're looking at diluting about 3 out of 35, or 10 out of 35, so about a little less than a third of their deck is going to be polluted with fairies. Feels pretty good there. Ooh. I think we're still fine. The big issue is if they get us to mill a card. I really don't want to mill a card here. Interesting! Interesting, they're trying to keep us off of it. So, now we have options to consider. We have many options to consider here. First, let's proc one of our Noxious Elves, I think. Yeah, let's proc one of our Noxious Elves. So we're going to Fairy Circle. Fusion these 2 with this elf. Heal for 9. Put 10 fairies into their deck. We're going to Airbound Barrage, bounce Elf, bounce or deal 3 to their Juno. We're going to Erosive Annihilation in order to take care of that. This Noxious Elf needs 2 more. We're going to trade in the Lisa here to get access to the next draw 3. And then we're going to play Wily Puck to get 3 elves over the next couple turns. Alright. We draw everything down by 1. Okay. So it's not an ordering thing, it's a turn order. We go before them, so our Erosive Annihilation activated before they got their 3/3. I really wanted to activate after they got the 3/3 so that the 3/3 would be reduced down to a 2/2, but this is the order that it happened in. This 2/1 is going to get eaten up by the Erosive Annihilation at the end of their turn, which is very exciting. So this Noxious Elf is fused with 1, and this one is fused with 0 since we just bounced it back. So off of this Noxious Elf, we are currently looking at trying to get to the 6 damage AoE one more time. Them bouncing Puck there isn't the most important, since we get at the end of the turn the fairy.
Tells me all. It won't be long now.
Covetous Witch, they're getting their value, so they're getting additional Earth Sigils.
For my people.
If we shuffle in the second set of 10 fairies, I think that's going to be absolutely massive in terms of making their deck basically dead, and then we should be able to pretty safely just play Prince of Cocytus. They didn't even attack us. Did they run out of time? I could see that being possible. Let's get... Okay, let's do some maths. So we play Puck. We play Spirit Shine. Noxious Elf is fused with 1. We need to get 1, 2, 3. This Gigantic Blossom is going to be 4, 5. So if we play Glistering Angel here, we can then play the Gigantic Blossom, fuse 5 more, get the AoE, but also get the draw 3. Get the draw 3 plus AoE. Okay, this feels so much more smooth. This is feeling so much more smooth. I think we have one more. We've gone through all the Noxious Elves, but there should be one more Gigantic Blossom. Is there another Gilness in the deck? There are no more Gilnesses in the deck, so replacing it with Prince of Cocytus isn't the biggest issue. Depending on the pressure they push, we might go for Ultimate Greed of Nature's Guidance, the Prince of Cocytus. Alright, there's Gigantic Blossom. So, oh, we are going to mill one card. Ah, ooh, that's not great. Actually, wait, if we already added Gigantic Blossom to hand, I think that might be all the Forestcraft followers in our deck. Played cards. Yeah, we've already played 2 Gigantic Blossoms, so we have nothing more expensive than Gigantic Blossom. Okay, so we're not milling anything here. They have second Juno, but we're going to be able to get... Let's see now. Do we have one more Rose of... We have one more Rose of Annihilation. Heck yeah. So it means that their immediate board is going to be just slightly less powerful. Alright. I do believe, unless I'm crazy... Wait, I might be crazy. We actually need one more fairy. We only have 1, 2, 3 fairy access. Oh, we need one more fairy! The fact that it needs 10 to shuffle in 10 and not 9 is just massive in terms of a difference. Absolutely massive as a difference. Oh, but we got Fairy Circle hand. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling then. Give -1, minus... Okay, so it's going to have one more chance of -1, -1. So what are we looking at here? This one's already fused with 6. I don't think we're going to get 6 fairies out of this. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we only have 5. Okay, and only having 5 fairies means we can't do Infinite Greed. Which is probably for the best, because Infinite Greed is too much greed.
I'm trying.
We can trade here. Play 1 Gilness. Play a second Gilness.
Greed. It comes to consume.
Cards fused is 6 cards fused? If we have 6 cards fused,
I'm shocked.
we'll go for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuse for 6, so we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Heal us up. Play Noxious Elf.
And farewell.
Shovel 10 more fairies into their deck. Fusion with the 1 fairy. End turn.
Well, that's it for today.
They are board locked, so they should not be able to deal us 22 damage here. This is still going to be tough, because we need to find an opening to Prince. Man, not having any price scenes in the deck is really, really coming back to bite us now. Even having just a little bit of evolution point recovery would be massive.
What? What?
Let's see now. We can just... So we play Prince of Cocytus, and it's just a 7/7. If they completely ignore our board... Okay, yeah. I had a feeling they weren't going to completely ignore our board. If we could get... How many Rose of Annihilations have we played so far? Played cards. We've played 2 already. The probability of us getting the 3rd off the top is very unlikely. Nor do I think we're going to be able to get enough for Noxious Elf to get the 6 damage AoE. So we're looking at needing some very particular results in order to be able to deal with this. How are we going to do this? This is going to be tough. I think we just go and pray. Pray it's enough.
Devour.
So we attack here. We get 2 health from that. We attack here. Get the thing from that. Play Prince of Cocytus. Am I greedy enough to bounce it? I don't think so. I think the game is over. The game is over if we just get to resolve our draw 3. Banish an enemy follower or amulet, draw a card. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's time. Can they get lethal? They have 2, 1, 3. This is where the fairies are part of just being a generic game plan. We shuffled 20 fairies into their deck. And we've only seen them play 1 fairy. So the hope is that their deck is just stacked full of... Their hand is full of nothing but a ton of fairies in it. If they have any actual damage in hand, we're in trouble. The fact that they're acid goleming for clearing, getting the damage on the Prince of Kokite as opposed to pushing 2 more damage face, I think is a huge sign for our benefit. They have 7 mana, they have 6 cards in hand, any number of which could be fairies. Forbidden Archive Warden for 3 more damage, and then a fairy. Okay. And then another fairy. Okay, I think we got there. Because the crazy thing now is, like, what Noxious Elf allows us to do is dig 3 cards into our deck. Add 10 to the original cost of spells in your opponent's hand. Draw a card. Fusion for... It's already fused with 1, so we'll fuse with all the fairies. We don't really need any fairies in our hand at this point. Alright, what do we got here? Trying to discard a random card from your hand. That's not what we need. Fanfare, recover 2 evolution points. Heck yeah, that's what we're looking for. So recover 2 evolution points. We can then do Noxious Elf AoE, trade into one of those. Banish an enemy follower amulet. Banish you.
The heavens shall perish.
Fanfare, banish all enemy amulets. Not quite. We then go for the AoE. 2 damage to all enemies. And then we can do Sign of Desire to heal for 3 more. The crazy thing is there's still a chance they might. I guess the question is, like, what do we think makes us more likely to survive? The Infernal Gaze? Or the Scion of Desire, right? I'm just going to go for raw healing. They've already played through 2 of their, They already played through 2 of their 1-mana superior contractors. So I don't think they're going to be able to get the damage. Yep. Just playing the fairies. GG. GG. Ah, beautiful. Exactly like we wrote it up. What does it do? Deal 7 damage to the enemy leader. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's Infernal Gaze them, just in case. What does this do? Destroy all non-neutral followers. Oh, so there is an AoE in the deck. 7 damage to the enemy leader. Is that enough? Banish all enemy amulets. At the start of your next turn, discard a random card from hand.
Who's next?
And then we even drop the ward down.
Only despair.
Heal for 1 more. Okay. This game, I think, encapsulates the goal. This game encapsulates the mission. Excellent. This was the mission. The mission is to control the game, heal it up, get our fairies going, get that AoE, get that 9-point healing. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Okay. This wasn't the most meta of a deck. Earthright Rune is still a very good deck in Unlimited, but it's not the same force as it is in Rotation. So let's see if we can get one of the other more heavy hitter decks and see what we can do against them. Because if we are going to be able to just clean it up, that is very, very exciting.
Have you heard the music of the
Okay. Okay, so Bloodcraft. So this is where we're going to try to go anti... Ooh, I low-key want to keep all of these. Yeah, I'll keep them. Because there's a good chance that on turn 2 we play Erosive Annihilation for whatever their 1-drop is. Then turn 3 we can go Glistering Angel plus Airbound Barrage, keeping them off of a Paracelise Invoke and take care of something else on their board. The name of the game here is just sort of bouncing Glistering Angel until they're out of it. until we can get to healing. Yeah. So we are going to definitely Erosive Annihilation here. It keeps this 1 damage off the board and sets it up for future turns. Ooh! 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 Glistering Angel control! Let's go! Let's go. That's the goal. If someone told you the plan, they say, you know the assignment. Okay. That makes things awkward. I'm gonna go with awkward. Because we don't want to actually play anything yet.
You just won't stay still, will you?
Of course, if they're not aggressing us, then we can sit back and relax. Are they just burn? They might just be burn and not actually discard. In which case, then, I misunderstood the assignment. Hold up. What are they doing? Let's take a look. We don't get our big heal until we hit 9 fairies. Because Noxious Elf is set off by 9 fairies to get that 9-point heal. So we're kind of sitting with this damage for a little while, the damage on board. Or damage on our face, I should say. Ooh! Ooh, they're going to draw so many cards next turn! Yikes! That's going to be really problematic for us. Thankfully, we can Glistering Angel. So we get to the 3-point heal, which is good. Evolve, kill that, trade into that, bounce for Nature's Guidance, I think? Or maybe we don't even bounce yet. There's a chance we might not bounce yet. Let's see now. Play this Grove in order to get 2 more fairies next turn so we can actually fuse Noxious Elf. Do we not bounce to not draw? Let's bounce. They're drawing like 3 other cards. Oh, Wily Puck! Excellent, excellent. So we're getting 3 fairies at the end of this turn. Which means if we get one of the 1-mana spells that gets us 2 fairies, we get both the draw 3 and then the AoE. Okay, the goal here is that we have to survive. We have to survive until we get to the 9 fusion. Hard play Paracelise. That Usher. And then evolve to discard the hand. Excellent! Now that is even better for us. Because they're not getting any other extra draws. Which means their capacity for infinite burn is infinitely less likely. Do we play another Fire Sprite Grove? Let's do what we already know. We're going to go Glistering Angel. We're going to evolve to kill their Paracelise, trade into the bat. And now they're stuck drawing whatever card it is off the top. Just oh, they didn't even want to see it. They didn't even want to see it. It's strange they conceded to that though, because they knew we had it in our hand. They knew we had it in hand. I wonder what they discarded off of their Paracelise Evolve. Because they might have been better off just keeping their burn in hand if that's what they had. Alrighty. This is looking good. This is looking good. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, let's keep trying this. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're also looking for the Runecraft matchup against the Spell Boost Rune. And then we're also looking for another Bloodcraft matchup. That is totally fine. Let's see if we're going... Okay, going first again. That is awesome. Love to see it. Love to see it. We have Gilnelis. That's something for them to deal with early on. But I don't know if it's as good as Angel. In fact, I think I send both of those back and keep Lisa. Okay, we have Noxious Elf in hand. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a-okay. We also have double Glistering Angel again. Okay. I mean, Glistering Angel is in the deck for this reason. It is in the deck for this reason. But I don't deny I would be very interested in seeing what happens if we don't draw Glistering Angel. Can we still keep up with it? Will the 2 damage AoE from Noxious Elf be enough? Will the 6 damage AoE from its fusion be enough? Wood of Brambles, that is very good to see. Because we only need 1 more fairy in order to get our engine rolling. So we play Glistering Angel next turn, like 100% of the time, because the probability of them not getting the Showdown Demon, that was going to happen. Oh, and they discarded Paracelese. Oh no, this is not great. So we can play the Angel.
This duty brings only despair.
Do we get to enough off of the Noxious Elf? We need to fuse 6? Ay. Fire Spike Grove. That gets us to 3. I don't see how we do it. I don't see how we get to the 6. The reason I'm so concerned about the 6 is the AoE aspect, because we have Noxious Elf here to basically handle what we would have other cards handle anyways. Adherent of Desire, that's pretty good. I personally like having... Oh my god! Oh my god! Second Showdown Demon! Oh my god! Maybe we have too many copies of Noxious Elf? Maybe? Alright, let's fuse 1, 2, 3. If we draw Erosive Annihilation here... not even Erosive Annihilation. Ay. What can we do? We can do Angel.
This duty brings only despair.
Bounce it back, take down the Showdown Demon. And then we can go for the Spirit Shine. We're eating up a lot of damage here, which I don't like. But I think that's the highest percentage chance we have to survive to the 9 HP gain. Because that's the huge part. The huge part is here if we heal for 9. Okay. They have a full board, not for long. Okay, this is what we wanted to set up. We're going to fuse Noxious Elf, get the 6 damage AoE, then play Glistering Angel. The goal behind that is to get us to survive to the 9 damage fuse. So we need to fuse 3 more here. 1, 2, 3. Fuse those on, get our 6 damage AoE. Looking pretty. Glistering Angel plus Lisa. Of course, we run into an issue here. Lisa isn't going to die, probably. Oh, but it is a Bat Usher. Okay. I don't think they knew it, but, well, I mean, they had to play it in order to get the Invoke. Oh, never mind! Oh, it's beautiful! Oh, it's so beautiful. Fairy Circle. Spirit Shine. Fuse. Do we even go for the fuse for 10? I did not consider this part of it. So the fuse for 10 makes sense when we actually want to disrupt the opponent's deck. But their deck is already built to fizzle out at this point. So what we're actually looking in here is only doing the fuse for 3, getting the 9 damage heal, trading in Lisa, because we really want Lisa to go, and then playing the Noxious Elf and evolving. Because we want to save this fairy to have the... We want to save this fairy in order to have the draw 3 cards off of Noxious Elf next time. And now they're at the stage of the game where they're only drawing 2 cards per turn off their Paracelesis. They already played 1, but they got an extra copy, so they still have the 3 in deck. But we're starting from 16 life. Like, they have to get the Full Moon Leap high roll, like, twice, essentially. Which can happen. Full Moon Leap is it's a pretty good card. Don't know if you've heard of it before. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Alright. They just evolved the Paracelesis here, take out our Noxious Elf. That is totally fine. I still want to get a little bit of Evo recovery. Alright, how do we want to do this? We play Gilness. We play Gigantic Blossom to get the fairies. This Noxious Elf, we fuse the 3 fairies, cycle through our deck again for 3 more new cards. Sure, I guess. Evolve, heal for 6. I guess Lisa here isn't actively bad. I guess it's just kind of fine. Trade in there, heal up to 20.
A pleasure doing business.
Alright, that added Puck to our hand. I forgot, we actually have more Forestcraft followers after our Noxious Elves. I forgot about that. Lisa still adds cards to hand even after we get all of our Noxious Elves. Right. That's an important part of this deck. I forgot about that. We actually get other stuff. So this Noxious Elf, we're going to go for the AoE and then go for the 9-point heal. Once we get the second 9-point heal, I don't think they can beat us. I just don't think they can. If they can, then I was wrong. Okay. So they played one Parasolice from hand, evoked twice. I think they have only one more Parasolice in deck, if I'm doing my math correctly. If I'm counting correctly. And if they only have one more Parasolice left in deck, then that is fine. Although, I get when were we able to do the 10-point fusion? That was 2 turns ago? So it means that we weren't off by a lot. We could do Gigantic Blossom to board lock them. That feels weird. We're gonna go for the AoE. We're only at 12, so... Oh, but they have one card in hand! Oh, no! No invoke. No invoke. Okay, so now we're out of Forestcraft followers in the deck. Oh, no, we get it at the start of the next turn. Right. We play Lisa because we want this to give us fairies. We Gigantic Blossom for fairies. This Noxious Elf we fuse for AoE. I kind of wanted to actually get card draw there, but, you know, we just need to clean up that board. They're out of evolution points, too, so that severely reduces the amount of max damage. Play Grove, play Puck. And now we get 3 more fairies for the start of our next turn, which, if we're greedy, we put it on the last Noxious Elf to draw 3 new cards to try to draw into more fairies. But if we're not greedy, we just take our heal for 1,000,000 and wrap it up. Because I literally don't know how they can beat this heal. This heal is massive. Oh. So we can fusion 3 more fairies, heal for 9. 1, 2, 3. Looking good. 3 more there. Attack in there. Do Airbound Barrage on this Puck. And there. Play Puck. There's no way for us to get Gigantic Blossom for fairies. We have more than enough fairies to keep ourselves flowing. We'll fuse for the 2 fairies there. And then we'll just play Gigantic Blossom as a 4/7. Just be like, deal with my 4/7, I guess. Because we now get 3 more fairies back to hand! Oh, this is beautiful! This is going exactly the way we drew it up. They draw 2 more cards. They can get like a Full Moon Leap. They could get... If they do Full Moon Leap plus a 3 damage card, that would be 3, 5, 8 damage. Uh-oh. Briared Vampire draws them into another card. Into a second Nightfall. So they have a bunch of bats that are going to be coming back. Oh, do we have any gills left in our deck? To actually... Yes! We have a Gill Nest left in the deck to actually invoke. Heck yeah! Love to see it. This Noxious Elf, we're going to fuse this fairy. I'm not guaranteed we're going to get to its AoE point otherwise, so I'm not going to be worried about that. This Gigantic Blossom just takes out everything on their board anyways. I guess we just put fairies in their deck. Them drawing fairies here is better for us than them drawing anything else.
Well met, and farewell.
And unless I'm mistaken, they've seen the writing on the wall. So, We landed a 4/7 that could probably just attack them over 5 turns and kill them. So it's not like we didn't have lethal presented. But we still have the Prince of Coquetous left in the deck. And especially against their deck, we don't need like the additional turbo into the draw off the Prince of Coquetous to immediately get into the deck. So, okay. So currently, we have a pretty good win rate against Discard Blood. But we also drew double Glistering Angels both games. And that buys tons of time. And I mean tons of time.
Have you heard the music of the fairies?
Okay, now we're up against Shadowcraft. We definitely don't want Prince of Coquetous in our opening hand. And I don't think we actually keep any of these. We have a large number of fairy generators and a very small number of ways to get into Noxious Elf. But against Shadowcraft, we don't need double Glistering Angel. You know what? If you only ever draw a double Glistering Angel, you're going to do pretty good against Discard Blood, but not so good against everything else. So this is a concern. This is legitimately a concern right now. We could play Wood of Brambles to get some fairies right now. If they play an early, like an early 1/1 or anything, we could bounce it back. We're just gonna play an angel. We're just gonna play an angel. I don't see it being relevant later in the game. Not against this deck. If they do double Burial right here, it keeps itself alive from the invoke, which is pretty cool. No! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Jeezums. We could... Nah, we're gonna Glistering Angel for when they try to do Conquering Dreadlord invoke. Gil Nest plus Spirit Shine, I guess? Come on, okay. We need either Lisa or Noxious Elf, like, right now. Like, right now. I really like the Lisa package we put together. It's guaranteed to draw Noxious Elf, and then it's guaranteed to draw Gigantic Blossom. And we have a couple stuff in between. You know, having a couple of those things in between really help. 1 Burial Rite, 2 Burial Rites. Okay. Jesus. This is not looking good. This ain't looking good, Chief. Ain't looking good, Chief, I'll tell you that. Alright, let me double check what the Destroyed Followers opponent. Conquering Dreadlord. When you perform, if it's your 5th, 7th, or 9th, opponent has performed 3 Burial Rites. So they can probably get to 5 next turn? So we'll go with Glistering Angel, Erosive Annihilation, attack. I don't think we're concerned with bouncing a Glistering Angel just yet. But we are concerned with drawing Noxious Elf. We need Noxious Elf. So that's one of the things about having all the deck wrapped up in a single card. You know, the namesake card, Noxious Elf. Alright, so they did get to the 5 Burial Rites that turn. So it is good that we played the Glistering Angel to keep them off of the Conquering Dreadlord. They're getting so many Burial Rites built up. Yeah. Evolve, they're going to hit one of our angels. Our Rose of Annihilation is still going to keep everything cleaned up. I actually think that if they perform 6 Burial Rites. With 6 Burial Rites performed, they go to 7... I think we can actually skip 2 of their Dreadlord invokes. That's actually pretty cool. So we can go Barrage, Bounce Angel, kill a 1/1. Angel again. Oh my god. Do we Gigantic Blossom for fairies? We play Wood of Brambles. I think we might just play Gigantic Blossom next turn. Which isn't great. It's not the goal of the card. That's not what the card is supposed to do. But that's the reason it has the 6 mana mode, right? That's fine. Oh! Never read! Oh, shoot. They went for the Evolve. Man! I thought they would have not read and just slammed them into the Brambles. Oh my god. If they have a second Necro Impulse here, we're in trouble. And they didn't do any Burial Rites that turn, so they still have a Conquering Dreadlord up. Thank you! Thank you! Give me those fairies to fuse! Oh, excellent. Now we can Fairy Circle. Man, I think we're stuck playing one puck as just getting 2 fairies. And then we'll play this puck. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got things happening. We can then fuse these 5 to heal back up 9, so we're not immediately in danger of, like, the, I don't know, 3rd Necro Impulse. Yes! Yes. Okay. Now, their big Lich push gets countered by our Noxious Elf. Oh my god. That Noxious Elf was huge! Literally massive. Excuse me? Oh, it just has Storm. I mean, I say that like a casual thing, like, oh, it just has Storm. Like, Storm is how they kill us. But... yeah, we're doing the full fuse up to 9. We are down to 7. This is not okay. It is not okay being down to 7. Noxious Elf, Fusion for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. AoE plus heal.
Went a little too hard.
That's strange.
So we have options here. We can just Gigantic Blossom, which is just a 4/7 they have to deal with. But they have the Sin Prodder that actually kills it, so that's like very not appealing. We're gonna Nature's Guidance Bounce Back Puck. Oh, that's not appealing either. Oh no! Are you trying to tell me that when I wrapped up my entire package into exactly Lisa plus Noxious Elf, if I draw neither Lisa or Noxious Elf, my deck doesn't do anything? What is it? Gremory? What? No. No.
I'm coming
What?
for you.
You've got to be joking. Okay, that's not the worst. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have Gilness. We can Lisa. Okay, we got into Lisa. We can do Noxious Elf this fusion for 1, 2, 3. Draw 3 new cards, see what we can do. That will do it. What are Brambles? Clash, deal 1 damage to the enemy follower. Yes. Okay. And then Gilness is going to heal us for 6.
Greed. It comes to consume.
Evolve for self. Make it 6. Attack and heal for 6. Get back up to 11. Oh my god.
With a bite for anyone else. Devour everything.
Please tell me this is enough. Please tell me this is enough. We have to play a fairy here. Oh no, wait, we can fuse onto this Noxious Elf. So we have 1 draw off of Lisa, so that's +1. We have a fairy off of Wily Puck, that's +2. Then we have the draw for next turn, that's +3. I think we have to overfuse here, which I really dislike. But I'm not interested in losing the cards that we draw. Oh no, wait! No, I'm off by 1! 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah.
Why should the dead justify their anger?
Come on! Come on! Okay, we're getting there. It's this next Necro Impulse that is in danger of killing us. But we will have the chance to stack their deck full of fairies. I think the main thing that kills us here is if they have Deathly Tyrant in their deck, which is a 6-mana 3/3 for Necromancy. I want to say either 20 or 30 is like plus a billion. Oh, please tell me there's at least 1 Gil left in the deck. No more Gils left. That's fine. So for this Noxious Elf, we just need to fuse 3 more times. Now we're going for the heal now. Like they're just setting up to destroy us.
It comes to consume.
We're gonna forcibly trade it in just because we want to heal for 6. If the Clash takes out the follower beforehand, we don't heal. So we're gonna attack in there, heal for 6, back up to 14. This Noxious Elf, we're gonna first play our Spirit Shine. Fusion for 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Do our AoE. Do this Noxious Elf. Stack your deck full of not good stuff. Play Lisa, which I believe should get us 1 more puck. I think we have 1 more puck left in the deck. No, we still have another Noxious Elf left. Okay. And then Gigantic Blossom. Alright. Draw only fairies. Half of their deck is fairies right now. They went from 12 cards to 22 cards. Shoot. Stop it. 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 Okay. Okay. That's 8 damage. They have no evolution points, so it's not 10. That's 8 damage. Do they have Deathly Tyrant? If they have Deathly Tyrant, they're dead. No Deathly Tyrant! Oh, well, do we have enough for this Noxious Elf? Oh, shoot. 7. Oh, thank goodness. 7, 8, 9! Ah! Attack. 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 Do we just play Gigantic Blossom as a body? Yeah, we do. We just do that. They're at 9, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Playing Noxious Elf here doesn't increase the clock, so there's no reason to. Come on. Brick. If we draw... Okay. That gives us lethal! Because then Gigantic Blossom gives them the following effect to deal damage to them. They punted! They gave us lethal! Attack! Lisa! Deal 1 damage to your leader and 3 damage to this follower. Deal... No! Wait, what? At the end of your turn? At the end of your turn? Okay. We got there! Okay. This deck has some game to it. It has like gaminess to it. We're feeling pretty okay. Here. Oh my god. There's something about being able to stack someone's deck full of fairies that really gets you, just feeling the energy. Okay. We haven't lost a game yet from the redesign, which on one hand feels great, because it's like, oh my god, we're popping off. But on the other hand, it keeps us from identifying what the deck needs help with. And that is a huge thing. So, Portal Crack. Oh, this is going to be a big one. Portal Craft is going to be a big one. They do other big combo-y things based off of Resonance being active. I don't think Invocation is relevant. Master Chef could be relevant. I think we're on the get Noxious Elf active. Erosive Annihilation helps, but Noxious Elf heal for 9 is going to be huge. The healing for 9 is going to take up a lot of like the chip damage that they do, and then stacking their deck full of fairies affects their ability to cycle through.
This is merely
Calamity's yeah, this is 100% Resonance. It might be that our win condition is simply too slow and is therefore not enough, but really hoping that it is enough. I mean, that's just what you hope, right? Big hope. I can't believe it. They're running Celestial Artifact. In order to be able to get the Robopups. Robopup is just crazy for this deck. Oh my god. We don't annihilate yet, so we just pass. Feels bad. We have the fairy generators, but we were at the max copies of Lisa and the max copies of Noxious Elf. There's nothing else we could reasonably run to get us into Noxious Elf, but there's definitely a chance that I might need a mulligan harder to get to it. I actually need to pull up the hypergeometric math. Let's do a hypergeometric calculator. Hypergeometric calculator. So what we're looking at is that we have 40 cards in deck. We have a 40 card deck. Yeah, we have a 40 card deck. We have 6 successes, Noxious Elf or Lisa's. We start with 3 cards in hand. 4, draw for 4, draw for 5, draw for 6. Let's say we get to see about 6 cards. And we're looking for at least one of those. We have a 65% chance of, in 6 cards, seeing one of them. I mean, only a coin flip is not that good. Only having a coin flip probability is not as good as we would want it to be. We can Erosive Annihilation here, but they're going to be able to get Cassim, and that is going to end our entire careers. Cassim is kind of broken. Oh my god. We have to Fairy Gigantic Blossom because we need to have a fairy to at least evolve and throw into Cassim. Because this Rosa is going to get Cassim, we can't let them just keep Cassim on board. But, oh my god, this is frustrating. So we're officially below the 65% chance now. So, the other thing to think about is if we just put in other draw cards. Oh, excuse me? Oh, they think I'm a combo deck! Which makes sense, because the current Forestcraft variant running around right now is the Wombo combo deck. But, joke's on them. I'm not.
Hey, let's play.
Fairy, Airbound Barrage, take out Cassim.
I made a fool of myself.
Play a fairy, bounce it with Nature's Guidance. Yay! Play Wily Puck, get another fairy. Alright. Noxious Elf. Noxious Elf. Noxious Elf. Noxious Elf. Even one Noxious Elf. We can do the straight Fuse 6 right now. Draw 3, do an AoE. Okay, they got you on. Oh my god, I forgot. They have Magna Zero. Magna Zero is going to be problematic. It's a 7-mana 5/5 that if you've activated Resonance 10 times, does a 10 damage AoE. If you've activated it Resonance 20 times, it's a 20 damage AoE. Which is, I mean, it's just a kill. It's just a kill. So, we're going to need to figure out how to not die to that. So that should be all the Robopups now, right? Meta production. I'm surprised they're back on meta production. Okay.
Angelic salvation.
Noxious Elf! This hand makes me sad. This hand makes me really sad.
It seems like you're vested.
Yikes. Wait, I forgot to do something. I forgot to count in the mulligan. That can affect the hypergeometric math a good bit. We're going to be queuing up the next game, because I feel it. I feel it happening. I feel it in my bones. The possibility of this deck being an answer to all the nonsense. But I need to figure out, I need to do the math. So, now, say we do a full mulligan, adding an extra 3 cards we look at.
The music of the fairies.
We get up to an 80% chance of seeing it in the opener. And that's pretty good. Oh, speaking of pretty good, we got Noxious Elf there. Is this, do we keep Erosive Annihilation? No. We can send it back. We're looking to activate Noxious Elf as early as possible right now. Especially if we already have it in the opener. But okay. So with a full mulligan, we get to having a larger percent chance. What if we keep 1 card? So let's say we're looking at like 8 cards. 7, ooh. Is each card we keep going to be like another 4%? Oh, yikes. Yeah, each card we keep is down 5% chance of seeing Noxious Elf in the opener. And that is not great for us. We can play this Wooded Brambles, fuse. Yeah, we'll fuse the full 4. Keep our hand nice and clean. Okay. Looking pretty good on the control front. But we need more. We need more.
Demonic blades have nothing on my
Ah, they have a master chef. Masterful chef. What are we looking to do here? We can play Wood of Brambles, fuse Noxious, kind of mess with the Master Chef. Huh. Okay, here's what I'm thinking now. We have another 1, 2, 3, 4 fairies here. Well, that's going to be not enough for Noxious. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's Airbound Barrage. Bounce this, kill that.
I'll make your taste buds quiver.
Play Wood of Brambles. And on Noxious Elf, we can fuse one more fairy. We can fuse one more fairy before we get the AoE. The AoE is going to be very helpful. It's going to be incredibly helpful for keeping whatever board they make under control. Master Chef, okay, yeah, this is Beleferon. Beleferon. This is not good for us. I'm starting to run into wanting more bounce, even. Because one of the cool things we can do with more bounces is actually reset a given Noxious Elf to be draw more cards. I could go down on the number of Gilnesses. We could go down to 2 Gilnesses. Because I don't think we need all 3. Having all 3 makes it more likely to be in our opener, just as likely as it is to remain left in our deck. Because having it for the invocation can be huge, but we're looking for a bit more gas. Because we increased the number of fairy generators, but we did not net increase the number of Noxious Elves in the deck, for example. Like, we still only have the 3 Noxious Elves to use. But we can artificially increase that number by adding a bit more bounce to it. Let's play this Master Chef. This Master Chef is going to let us see another card. Also, increasing match XP against them can be relevant. They usually have, like, tons of damage, but it can be relevant. Noxious Elf fuse the last 2 fairies.
I'll make your taste buds quiver.
We'll do another Wood of Brambles, I think. Yeah, this is the not going against Bloodcraft issue. Is that we have so much for Bloodcraft, which is good. It's good to have this much for Bloodcraft, because Bloodcraft is an incredibly aggressive aggro deck that has almost forced the meta into a specific way. But it also affects our ability. Okay. Dealt 3, get the Holy Flame Tiger, give it +2/+2 and untargetability. Yeah, that's fine. We are totally okay with that. If we had a way to bounce back Noxious Elf here, it would be huge. Maybe using that Airbound Barrage early was a punt. Well, Airbound Barrage would not even be able to work here, because we couldn't target that. Very, very specific sample to look at, I guess. That's a trade. Firespite Grove. Noxious Elf, we fuse 1 more fairy. I'm not comfortable just putting the 10 fairies in their deck yet. I don't think it's relevant yet. Waste 1 Erosive Annihilation, unfortunately. Like, we have enough to have Erosive Annihilation up for the rest of the game. So, might as well play it. This adds 1, this will add 1, so we go up to having... We'll go up to an 8-card hand, and we get to draw a card for turn. This is tough. This is tough. We don't have enough pressure, per se. I don't want to do Bahamut. Because Bahamut... Okay, wait. There's something kind of funny. If we put in 10 fairies into their deck and then Bahamut destroys everything except fairies, and they're stuck with only fairies. They're going for just a board here. They're just going for board. Yes, thank you, second Noxious Elf! Ah, shoot! We only have 5. Oh, wait, no, we have the Erosive Annihilation. Oh, no, that doesn't do anything. This Noxious Elf fuse 3. 1, 2, 3. Huge. Huge. Actually huge. Huh. Gigantic Blossom here is not even that bad. But we're gonna trigger this Noxious. They're not doing chip damage, much to my pseudo dismay. We evolve here, 2 damage AoE, we trade in the Bane is going to kill the Holy Flame Tiger, and then the 1 damage off of Erosive is going to finish off the Priest. We have 6 cards in hand, we go to 7, 8 cards in hand. Lisa puts another 2 cards into our hand. We could just pause here. Yeah, we pause. We take a pause. We pause real quick. Take a pause. Relax. Let things happen. They haven't played Belleferon yet. They can't do the Superstorm. Okay, they're using their Zoes. Okay. Now we are hyper incentivized to go all in on fairies now. Because now it looks like they're trying to draw into anything else. I do have to say, the Noxious Elf being able to clean up there. And we have Erosive Annihilation. Yes, that is good. Okay. It's not pretty what we're looking at, but it's doable. This Noxious Elf we can fuse. We need to play cards first. Play the Grove. Play the Spirit Shrine. Fusion for just 3. Because we're going to use Lisa to get us more cards. Then we Lisa for the next Noxious Elf. Play this Gigantic Blossom. 2 more fairies into our hand. This Noxious Elf, fuse these 3 fairies, draw 3 more cards to cycle through. Do we still have an Erosive Annihilation up? Yes, we do. So this Zoe is going to be going down. We could just play Master Chef. Because, again, unfortunately, we have no... we have 0 AoE. I mean, 0 evolution recovery. That's the big thing I'm taking with. Like, I want... Maybe that's just me being greedy. We haven't, like, needed it, per se, but I really want it, you know? It's the want for it. Right. We have 7 cards in hand. If they kill Lisa, we go up to 8. Draw 1 for turn, we go up to 9. So they still don't end our whole careers. If I was to say in a word. Okay, Perpetual Despair. It's time to put more fairies in their deck. It's time to get more fairies in there. Holy Sanctuary is gonna get its full proc again, which is fine. They're down to 4 cards in hand. Okay, 5 cards in hand because of the Perpetual Despair. Forgot about that. What's this Noxious at? 3? Do we have any Erosives up? No. Okay, that's an easy card to play. Erosive, Spirit Shrine for 2 more fairies. This Noxious Elf for the AoE. Clear their board. Oh my god, 6 damage AoE! It's so good! It's so good! Humsta. We can go for... Do I play one of the Noxiouses and bounce it for Nature's Guidance? Because I'm almost out of gas. I think I do.
Well met, and farewell.
Bounce it. This is odd. Again, it's very odd to do this move. Have I seen a Gil Nest from them yet? Not yet. Do I have a Gil Nest yet left? I still have 1 left. So I need to save my Glistering Angel for next turn. This Noxious Elf will be able to draw me 3 new cards because I'm getting a fairy off of the Grove. Or I can use Noxious Elf to get the heal. Maybe I'm waiting too long to shuffle in the next 10 fairies. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, this is a tough deck. Oh, but it's I think we've landed on something here. I think we've landed on something here, and it's incredibly exciting. What do you got? What do you got? I will say we have not yet played against the big names of Spellboost Rune. Like Spellboost Rune is the other big one, and the Combo Force. Okay. Bellerophon coming down. Interesting. Bellerophon gets started a little bit on the damage. We have the Holy Sanctuary. So we're looking at needing 6 more damage AoE. What's this Noxious? What's the first this Noxious at? Oh no. Oh no, oh no. So we can Glistering Angel. This Noxious is at not anything. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O! We're about to get smacked! Because this one can only fuse up to 5. This one's at 6, so we could fuse 4 to put more fairies in their deck. Let's get a little bit more gas. Let's get a little bit more gas going. Fuse 3, draw 3 more cards. Okay. Play another Lisa. Draws a Puck here, I believe. It's important to get Puck going. No, another Lisa. No. Play a Master Chef. Spaghetti-O. Play another Glistering. This does not feel good because we're playing Angels to try to block off their attack. Which is not good, because they literally just play 2 heals and it kills all of our wards. And they have so much heal in their stuff. I mean, it's what the deck is. This might have been a pilot error. In terms of counting fairies. I need 1 more fairy. Excuse me?
May the gems guide you.
Come on. Stop it. Okay, we still have a ward? Oh, they ended their turn. Oh. Yes, Gilness. Wait, hold up. Wait. Okay, I was worried I was gonna mill the Ravenous Sweetness. We just play Annihilation, we need to. This Noxious Elf is going to get us the AoE, because we can just play Puck. Add 2 more fairies to hand. Fuse 3 more here. Ravenous Sweetness draws us 5 cards?
It touches you gently.
No! We milled the 1 card we needed! Oh my god, I should not have been greedy. That's on me. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so much. Oh, it hurts so much.
Greed, it comes to consume me.
Them being down to just 1 card is pretty good here. No! They get to attack us for 8! Oh, come on. But we do have Prince of Cocytus, and I don't think they have a way to get out of it.
The tribulations continue.
Okay, that's good. Wait, what in the world happened here? What? I need to play Prince of Cocytus, like, almost immediately. What's the last card left in our deck? That's gonna be kind of important here. The last card left in our deck is kind of important here. We could. This is kind of greedy, but I think we can do it. Then we airbound Bride. No! No, I forgot! No! Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot, Nuggets. Ah, shoot. Oh, man. I'm never going to live that one down. Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. I think we're dead. 8, 16. They have 2 more heals. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty dead. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Oh my god, they didn't go for it.
All hardships can be overcome.
Oh my god, we lost! No! How did we lose? Oh my god! Oh, I need to destroy all non-neutral followers. No! Oh, oh, it hurts so good. Oh.
Oh. I can't hear them.
No. Oh. Oh. Oh no. But it feels bad to end on such a low note. But I think that was the loss we needed. Let me move myself up a bit. So, what did we encounter today when trying to build this deck? Against the meta decks we had in mind, Blood. It was Earthright Rune, but technically Rune. Shadowcraft, you know, a big, heavy mid-range deck. Noxious Elf. Huge call. This did what we wanted it to. We were able to stuff their deck full of fairies to keep them off of their game plan. We were able to cycle into more cards. The AoE plus heal. The AoE plus heal is massive on this card. It is balanced because we have to run so many cards that don't do anything on their own. The Fairy Circles, the Spirit Shines, the Wood of Brambles, the Wily Pucks, the Blossoms. They just get us fairies. And we saw one game where that happened, where we just had a bunch of fairies in hand and nothing to do with them. Looking into the math of how to get Noxious Elf as early as possible, including the Lisas, is probably the way to do it. The Lisa package, Noxious Elf plus Gigantic Blossom, amazing. Felt absolutely amazing. In terms of having the consistency between play it, draw Elf. It dies, get Blossom. Get 2 fairies there. Any extra fairies overlaying gets us our draw 3. Lets us cycle through the deck. Notes that I did take away while I was talking. I really want to add in some Evo recovery. It might not be Pricine. It might be like the Spirit Shine even. But I want to have some way of getting back into like having our abilities. Master Chef's evolution is pretty important in some matchups. The Glistering Angel being able to destroy an enemy follower is pretty important sometimes. Noxious Elf's Evolve to do the 2 damage AoE to all enemy followers can be important in those aggro matchups. So, I'm going to try to find a way to fit it in. Triple Gilness is probably not necessary. When it goes off and we invoke it, we nuke their hand, we feel like, how do we lose? The answer, what just happened in that last game? us not being able to kill an untargetable thing. Untargetability is pretty good. Not much to say about that. Untargetability is pretty good. So, some sort of evolution recovery is what we're looking into. And then, some win condition. I thought of Prince of Cocytus because I, saw it sort of like, oh, it's a big legendary that replaces your deck, and we draw through our deck really quickly. There's got to be something else we can do to win. I'm thinking of maybe, I don't know if there's a victory card that replaces the bottom card of the deck with a victory card in Forestcraft. We could look into that. I think the only one is the Hanging Tree, and that's not the plan. That's not the plan. So we need to come up with something else there in terms of the win condition, and maybe finding a way to recoup a little bit more resources. A little bit more bounce. A little bit more bounce was also there. Being able to reset Noxious Elves to use more fairies. That is huge. I think that is going to be the key to allowing us to fit in more of these fairy cards. Because the biggest issue is, like, if you just sit on them, you don't do anything. But if we can recycle our Noxious Elves to fuse 3, draw, play it, evolve, kill stuff, bounce it back, fuse 3, draw. That'll be a great play pattern. So, this is the current iteration of Noxious Lisa. We're going to be working with this deck more in the future, so make sure you stay tuned. And this feels pretty good. It feels like it actually had some staying power in the Unlimited metagame. So, I wish you all an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and please, take care. I wish you all well.